For this week is just going to be getting the fit correct. This is going to be the final fitting before I attach the front facings onto it, at which point the paletot will be pretty much done. My main goals, as you can see, are going to be to fix the back and the sleeves. This was the first fitting before I made any adjustments to how it looked. I'm quite uncomfortable with how it fits right now, and I want to make sure that I get it right. So that's going to be the first goal. But in case you're new here, hi, my name is Caitlin. I am a creative coach who centers creating things around cosplay, historical inspiration, and fantasy. So my first order of business is going to be to pick apart the sleeves. I want to get the opening wide enough so that it will sit correctly where I need it to, rather than punching up the way it does because I tried to make a puff sleeve. Before I finish though, let me show you more clearly why this is a good idea and why you should maybe consider a mock-up. My budget unfortunately did not include any funds for an extra mock-up, and I did not have the materials to make one. Now, if you can afford one, that's great, because as you can see, one of my sleeves is absolutely not sitting the way it's supposed to. I'm trying to adjust it to see what I would need to do to fix it, but this is one of those things where when you're trying to acquire a new skill set, you're going to need to be patient with yourself. This is a particularly hard skill to learn with sewing, and specifically with historical sewing. You're not going to get it right the first time, and it's okay to show your flaws when you do it. Just be patient with yourself. I'm going to be fixing up these sleeves so that they stand up like this in the future, but I may not this time. What I am going to do is I'm going to take a closer look at it and see what I can adjust for now, and see what can be fixed, if anything, that will be to make it wearable within the next week. There may not be a lot I can do in such a short time frame, especially where most of my work is hand done, but we're going to do our best. The idea here is to make it wearable to still get the idea, even if it doesn't align with the exact vision I want to have in the long run. A really meditative process, but also it's a lot of hard work to create the wardrobe that actually speaks to who you are. And don't beat yourself up if it takes a lot of work to get there. It does for me, and it's going to for most sewists. This is why, as you come closer to an event, it's a good idea to develop the term good enough is good enough, and not be afraid to accept that as your final answer for a while. Finishing a project for now is never going to mean that you're finishing it forever. You can pick it up again whenever you need to. Of course, one instantaneous thing that I can see to fix right away is this back panel. I added this to use the actual piece that I messed up on, and it makes the jacket fit way too loosely across the shoulders. So we're going to take that out and see if we can do this the way it was supposed to be made.
This is me test fitting my white Mage history bound. I very clearly need to adjust the sleeves and the back. I've already gotten into the progress of doing that. But this is just basically to see how it moves and functions before I make any adjustments.